We are live.
Raven, the GS, Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernuts.
The legend behind the check.
We are live.
Guys, I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernuts.
And I'm Raven, the GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech, and welcome to the Upside Movie Review. How you guys doing today?
I'm good, you know.
Straight.
Cool, let's go right into it. So the genre is a comedy drama. Don't know what that was about. Directed by Neil Berger. The cast includes Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, Nicole Kidman, and let's not butcher any more names. The Google synopsis is: Philip is a wealthy quadriplegic who needs a caretaker to help him with his day-to-day routine in his New York penthouse. He decides to hire Dell, a struggling parolee. Is that how it is?
Yeah, parolee.
Thank you very much. He was trying to reconnect with his ex and his young son. Raven, what do you think of the story?
I like the story. Obviously, being someone that watched the original one, I absolutely loved the French version, which I till this day I hold one of the most really. What's the name I'm looking for? Like one of those stories that really grips onto you because it's two different worlds coming together. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it's like three different worlds really. You know, if we're going to look at Kevin Hart's world, then you know Philip's world, then actually Philip's disability, like you know that's a whole nother level we're going around. You know what I mean? So just the story itself, very compelling. I love it. Now with this version, I liked it. They made changes, which I was cool with. You know, it was well told. Usually they mess things up when trying to make your own version. I really enjoyed the story.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the story as well, man. I thought they did a good job of showing everyone's perspective without diminishing anyone's perspective. I felt like we got a good understanding of the world that Dell, Kevin Hart's character, came from, as well as Bryan Cranston's world, Philip. But also through Nicole Kidman, you also get another perspective of Dell is in one place in the beginning of the movie and gets to a different place. Nicole Kidman is trying to. It's hard to say without spoiling, but she's trying to keep him alive, basically. Like, and I'm not even talking about physically. I'm talking about like emotionally. She's trying to keep him alive, and they find that in the most unlikely place in Dell. Do you know what I'm saying? Who just from who he is, he's one of those people who just lives. If you get what I'm saying, like he doesn't know anything else but living. Do you know what I'm saying? So I love the story, man. It was cool.
I like the story too, that you do get an unlikely friendship forming between someone that, like you're saying, is on like death's door, he doesn't really care about life, or kind of does, but if he was to go, it was going to happen. And then you got this guy, like you're saying, he's kind of not in the best of places either, and then these two coming together kind of make a good union with both their lives, and it kind of flourishes and helps everyone else outside their life. So that's actually really, really good. I like the way that come to form and be. And Joe, what do you think about the acting?
Bryan Cranston, for me, is stand up. This guy is the hardest guy ever. Walter White, man like Phil, he goes in. He goes in without use of arms, legs, or other body parts. Do you know what I'm saying? With his face,
pure acting.
With his face and neck, he body bags this movie, fam. He does everything. But there's one particular scene that if I cried in movies, I would have cried here. Bryan, he gets you, bruv. And it might not just be on him. It might be so like the mix of him being high level and the music and all the production. But bruv, he just goes in, man. In fact, I said there's one scene that stands out for me, but throughout the movie, he's consistently legit, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And I love it. And also, I'm just very sorry. I need to touch on Kevin Hart. Because I don't know where it's gonna go after it leaves me.
Don't look at me, bro. I'm a sensible person.
I don't know where it's gonna go after it leaves me.
That's what's happening to me.
But I
say it like it is, innit? Say it like.
I don't know what Sam's gonna say about Kevin Hart.
Thank you.
I don't know what Sam's gonna say about Kevin Hart, but I want to get my 2 cents on Kevin Hart. I feel like this was the perfect role for Kevin Hart to play, and I feel like what they did here is take Kevin Hart, who he actually is in real life, and the character who he was supposed to be, and they mixed it together to make this an easy transition into a good dramatic acting role for Kevin Hart. I believe that Dell and Kevin Hart are one. Because it wasn't all Kevin Hart, but it wasn't all Dell. It was like, do you know what I'm saying? He made it his own legitly, and I love that about that. So I really like Kevin Hart in this as well.
Alright, so jumping off that, so acting for me, it was a trio thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bryan Cranston killed the thing, but for this movie to work, it bounced off these three characters. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that actually, when I came out of cinemas, that I was actually pretty upset that on the poster it's just Kevin Hart and Bryan in it. Like, yo, fam, Nicole Kidman should have been on that poster too.
Put some respect on her.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
Kidman.
you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just one of those things where it's like, this wouldn't have worked with her being in the middle. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to find a balance for her friend. You know what I'm saying? There's this new guy who a friend hired with her, like, you know what I'm saying, like consent or approval. Let's say approval, you know what I'm saying? And then going back and forth. You've got Kevin Hart bouncing off Bryan, you know what I'm saying? Then Kevin Hart's bouncing off Nicole. Then you got Nicole bouncing off Bryan. Like, it's a whole trio thing going on, innit? This whole affair going on. And those three just bring this whole movie alive to me, innit? Like, which I really appreciate about the acting.
So, my turn now.
Go on.
So yeah, Bryan Cranston for me obviously stole the show. About being a quadriplegic, not like just being in a chair and obviously not being able to move his limbs. I don't know how he did it. He did the most. Kevin Hart, like obviously man's a comedian. That's where he came from. And there are certain scenes where I'm like, all right, cool. Like you can up the levels when you want to, but then there are some scenes where you're still doing like this slapstick kind of comedy. I'm like, how are you being this serious, but at the same time, like your comedy is still so like wacky at times, and that's what took me out of the movie a lot. I'm like, come on, man, you did that scene like almost perfectly. Like it was funny and perfect for the scene, and then you do this scene, and you're like, oh, that's Kevin Hart. He's still here. That's a shame. That's why I thought. I was like, that's kind of.
You really dislike that, man.
No, I don't. I don't actually dislike him. Like his music is in. I'm like, all right, cool, you're fitting for the part, but then here. Like I said, it's a drama comedy, and there's, like I said, there's times where I'm like, so you got it, and there's times.
Right, so let me just ask you. So overall, how was Kevin Hart? Like, where would you put like a meter, like from 1 to 5? Where's Kevin Hart for you in this movie? Because to me personally, I felt that he stepped up. You know what I'm saying? When we saw, when you guys gotta remember, when we saw the trailer, I was like we enjoyed the trailer, but it was like the weakest link is like Kevin Hart, and to me, he didn't feel like a weakest link at any point at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he held his character very well. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you is 1 to 5. Where did you put him for this movie?
About 3.
Say it like you said. You want to put him in the 2, innit?
I want to say the 2. I want to say a 2. I say a 3. Like I said, there's times where he does it, and there's times where he don't. Just you could have done it all, but you didn't. You didn't do it for me.
I feel like you're punishing Kevin Hart for being a comedian. I feel
Not
like
really.
I feel like if it wasn't Kevin Hart, it was just some other person, all the same lines, all the same jokes, all the same delivery, you'd rate it higher.
Not really, no.
I'm just listen. I'm not saying you.
Three scenes. I'm like,
I don't
really?
expect you to agree with me, but I just put it into the universe, innit? Because I want them to know how I feel about this scenario. Because you do this all the time.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Guys, you watch the videos. You know he does this all the time. You watch bro, you're not lying to me. You're lying to the world.
I'm not lying to anyone. I'm lying to myself.
All right.
I'm gonna lie.
Bro, just run it.
I'm gonna lie. Alright, cool. Let's go on to production. So production-wise, it's actually very well shot. I do like the way it was shot and stuff. The story, the script, very good, put together. Obviously, they've had the Untouchables to like draw from, but it's like they didn't, like I said, the story was well put together. The characters are well formalized, and yeah, like that was enjoyable. That wasn't taken away from anything. I like that. What's up, Brady?
So to me, like I'm 50-50 on the production side of it, simply because of where I'm coming from. Now, if this is your first time watching a movie, you might be calm with it, but to me, as a person who went to get this material, and I'm pretty sure you had to watch the movie.
Definitely watching it.
Like
Oh.
the first version, the emotions are so raw, especially Kevin Hart's side. I didn't feel that his backstory was raw enough. You know what I'm saying? It was just one guy, his parole. Oh, I gotta get like. I felt that was so dismissive. Like, oh, I just gotta get this scientific. That like, that was one of the things I was like, why would you put more emotion into it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's one the scene of, I think the only thing they tried to do that was the roof bit. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought it was lit. You know what I'm saying? But everything else, like, I wanted to feel a bit more. Like, when it came to that whole father and son, I needed to feel a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Especially that bit when there's a specific bit where his son finds out something. There needed to be more. They kind of like just missed and just carried on with it. I think that certain stuff like that would have brought these movies level way up. It would have brought tears to our eyes. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that this is what this movie needed, especially when you bring a child onto the picture. Is the emotions gotta run really, really high. You know what I'm saying? And not just focus on like, okay, the disability side of things. You know what I'm saying? Because this was a relationship movie.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta bring that out.
With those kind of scenes, would you say it's more of the script?
Oh
or
yeah,
more of the cast?
It's script and what they're showing as well, right? So where he's from, to me, it was too clean. You know what I'm saying? Like just showing a couple of roadman wasn't enough for me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show like things a lot more grittier. For example, when he's trying to like when he makes bail, whatever, where's he sleeping? You didn't show us that. You need to show that rawness. You know what I'm saying? That like there is no way like I'm trying to be somebody else, and even when he decides to take the job, the transition was just too easy. You need to listen. You got to put yourself in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Think about what's that movie with Will Smith? Is it Happiness or something? What's it called?
Happiness.
Yeah. The scene on the subway, like stuff like that. You need that in this type of movies. You know what I'm saying? Which you get that in the original. So so you as a person who has to go and get this material, you gotta show this because then that's when you'll see make or break of Kevin Hart. Then you can say, okay, Kevin Hart didn't deliver that, but the script is there, the scenes are there, but Kevin Hart didn't. Then you have a reason to say.
See, I'm glad you went that scene. Now, I agree with you that I'm 50-50 on production, but I feel like the issue with the production is that obviously I haven't seen the original Untouchables. But like I think this movie struggles with the tone a little bit because for as funny as it is, it's not as dramatic as it is. They're not 50-50 in the movie. It's funnier than it is dramatic.
And the original is funny as hell, but at the same time it's so like
and that's what I'm saying. It's like I can think of one ultra dramatic scene, but I can think of 3 funny scenes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I feel like that is where the production is very lacking. Like the scene that you're talking about on the roof was what the scene that I alluded to earlier about being ultra peak. It takes you to that point where you want to like tear up and cry, but at the same time like there should be more of it in the movie. But I don't necessarily agree with where you're saying there should be more with the relationship between the dad and the son, between Kevin Hart and his son. But I feel like they avoid that because they're working with Kevin Hart, and I feel like that's how they get the best of him. Because I would have been upset if they tried to go in with that scene and it didn't come off well. Do you know what I'm saying? That might have brought the whole of the movie down for me.
Maybe they did, and maybe they did shoot it and didn't come out well, and they didn't make the cut. Maybe.
Yeah. But like I said, because of that, do you know what I'm saying? I'm 50-50 on production, but overall I'm positive.
Yeah, absolutely. This is your first time go watch it. Obviously you enjoy it.
Cool, Joe. So final thoughts?
My thought. Do you know what? Yeah, this is a feel good movie, and do you know what? Yeah, I feel like in my life I've never described a movie as a feel good movie until I'm describing this, because legitly you look at what's going on in this movie and genuinely it makes you feel good, like just to know that this dude Bryan Cranston's character Phil can go through what he's going through and just has a positive outcome because of some dude he met. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that legitimately makes you feel good, man. And it makes you feel optimistic about the life you're living and stuff like that. So yeah, man, this is a feel-good movie. And I define the definition of feel-good movie just because there's someone who still, to this day, 850 videos in, still hasn't defined what popcorn flick is. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's that. But
how many times am I going to do that for y'all?
well, last time you said it's a movie that you can eat popcorn with and not hear anything, but you eating popcorn. Yeah. But anyway, go on.
Hey, what's up? What are your final thoughts?
I'm very pleased for this movie. I'm very happy Kevin Hart is stepping into a new field. I'm very happy to see Nicole Kidman again on the screen. I think it's always a beauty to see this, you know, this lady on the big screens. Story was well delivered. I love the whole cast. Like, there's one thing about that team in his house. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? You're on point with that. It's a feel-good movie. Like, regardless what's happening, it's a feel-good. We enjoyed it. We went in. We enjoyed it. I didn't fall asleep. Thumbs up.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah, Sam didn't.
I didn't say I
sorry, Sam. Sam, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, you will enjoy the movie. There are good performances. It's a good story. But for me, there are certain parts that are just a letdown in it.
And with that, what was your personal score?
My personal score was a 2.5, isn't it?
Which dragged our overall score down.
What?
Listen.
I'm complicated, yeah? So you gave it a 4, you gave it a 3.
Why
yeah?
you ain't got to put every man's numbers in the streets.
What? You put mine?
I didn't. That was between you two.
Yeah, so everyone else is out there, isn't it?
I said nothing.
You're all here.
Bro, you're a snitch. The Cybernerds do not promote snitch. Disclaimer, the Cybernerds.
What? I was a snitch.
Don't snitch.
What the? Oh,
You just snitched on, man. For no reason.
For no reason.
You didn't have to tell him your score.
Why not?
But because your score's out now, everyone's score's got to be out.
You're here, everyone's going to know. And then we're going to give you the final TCN rating.
Snitching. Straight snitch. Guys, you just saw it, innit? I don't even know.
My score's out, everyone else's score's out, innit? It's cool.
So if you're going to jail, everyone's going to jail. Yeah? Say it. Say it.
Yeah.
Informer! Man is it? Man is it? Bro, do the thing, bro.
I'm doing the thing, right? I'm just trying to run my show, man, trying to die. Anyway, where was I? So, the final TCN rating for this movie is a 3. It's legit. You're right there, yeah? Cool. Guys, let us know in the comments down below. Did you enjoy the movie? Did you not enjoy the movie? Is there anyone you did or didn't like in the movie? I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
And I'm Revenue GS.
I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernerds. Please also let us know if you believe Sam is a snitch and an informer.
Why are you doing this?
What have I done?
Slander.
That's not slander. I asked them to. I asked the question. I never implied anything. I asked them to write if they've witnessed something. I want to know their opinions on it.
This is madness, yeah.
Bruv, listen.
This is madness. Anyway, guys, we'll see you in the next movie review. Peace.
Man's out here snitching on each other.
Hey guys, it's me, Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernerds. Appreciate you watching the last video. Check another one out here, or just go ahead and sign up to Patreon right now. Just do that thing. Anyway, catch you on the next video. Peace.